And we are live. Welcome everyone to another Apollo Justice Ace Attorney live stream. As we get really into the murder case today. Jay, welcome to the stream, man. How was your camping trip, man? Also, how's your Monday been? While I set up everything. Do that. Do that. There we go. It's fun? Good. It's always good to hear. Dash on the stream, man. It's fine if you don't pay too much attention. Just have me on for white noise. That's perfectly fine. The perfect stream for that, given it's mainly gonna be me reading. Are you doing EV eggs? Nice. Alright. Think we're good to go on both sides of it. Alright. Last time around, we found the cart. We solved all the basic info we needed, but now it's a murder investigation. Now we're back into the thick of it, as the backyardigans have said. Oh, and also Sky's back, and she's a detective now. Forensics detective. Is there anything we haven't looked at here just to double check? Oh, okay. Dens in this game is weak. Yeah, we'll see. The Mavs won the draft lottery? Holy shit. To say that's probably rigged is not an understatement. There's no way the Mavs deserve to win that after what they've done. Okay. I don't think anyone's here, so if I go into the garage. Okay, nothing. I want to know. Whoops. Front entrance to the Maractus Clinic. Walls and posters are all so highly polished, I can see my face in them. Hot dang, my hair looks good. Alright. Oh. Looks like there's a banner for some campaign. 3 shots for the price of 1. Somehow, I don't see people lining up for that. Police car is parked in front of Maractus Clinic. It's empty. Police must be inside investigating. I just thought about it. Can I get those slippers now? You aren't going to search through the trash. I don't think we need to. Oh, no, please, knock yourself out. Don't mind me. I'll be waiting over here. And just so we're clear, searching through trash isn't a hobby of mine, okay? Okay. Don't need the slippers, okay. I thought we might. Jazz, Wizards, and Hornets. All with a 14% chance for number 1 pick. Into with Hornets at 4. Jazz at 5 and Wizards at 6. That's crazy. Why they gotta do the Wizards like that? They don't deserve that. Wizards don't deserve that. They've been through enough. They don't deserve that. Whoops. Talk to... Oh! Okay. I think we should focus on finding more information about the case. You seem to be having fun. Of course, this is my first criminal investigation. And it's so mysterious. a noodle stand pushing a dead man along. I think it was the other way around. The dead man was pulling the stand. But you're right about it being mysterious. I knew it! More information, that's what we need. Okay. What she said. Is the guy available for questioning? No, he is not. Okay. I can't get over the Wright anything agency. 76ers jump to the 3rd spot. Oh, there you go, Dusk. 76ers gonna get at least a top 5 pick. Oh, wait a minute. I wonder. Seen birthdays, and I'm betting I've eaten better noodles. Okay, nope. I thought maybe he'd knock on the door. I thought maybe. Let's go back to the hospital if I can and talk to Phoenix. Yep, go to the clinic. Phoenix! Okay, I can't talk to you about anything. I was about to say, don't we want to do something with this? But she wanted at the front of the house. It's actually a relief to be so thoroughly ignored. Oh, he don't want to know anything about the case? Come on, Phoenix. If I show him this, does it do anything? Nope. Okay. Damn. What am I missing? What have I missed? I have no clue what the fuck I missed. Let's see. Well, I guess I gotta re-go over this. Several colors of paint have been splashed across the gate. It's almost all dry. This is going to be tough to clean. The colorful dragon turns its beautiful gaze in my direction, as if to say, abandon all hope, ye who enter here. Don't worry, Mr. Dragon. Me and Hope haven't been on speaking terms for a while. Relatable. Hopefully it's not like Okafor. What is this draft? Because it's Cooper Flag at the top, which, congratulations, Dallas. There's your new Luka. But, so give them credit. They do get to replace Luka with Luka, essentially. With Cooper Flag. Maybe a little better of a defender. But what is this draft class like? Is it like just one guy and then everybody else is kind of there, or what? You did get through 200 pages of a Game of Thrones book while on vacation, though? There you go. I gotta listen to the Game of Thrones books because I have them on audiobook. I have to listen to them. One of my professors in college just gave them to us. Yeah, all I've heard is Cooper Flag too. I don't know this draft class as well as I knew the last couple. Alright. Yeah, I guess that's it. Oh. Apparently, this park was the gift of the Kitake family. The friendly People Park brought to you by organized crime. A very naughty part of me is tempted to write "We Kill" on the left side of the sign. I like that. We Kill People Park. Oh, while I'm trying to figure out like what we actually do next here. Oh, I've got an idea. Can I? Nope, I can't. Shit. Alright, here's at least something new. It's legit Cooper Flag and then a bunch of bums? Oh god, okay. Straight up erased a character trying to conquer the continent. That's what always happens though. You always get characters that just don't make the show. Yeah, like I read, I've gone through the first 2 books of You, And there's a certain character that is not at all brought up in the show. It's at the end and beginning, or into the first book, beginning of the second book, and there's a whole carousel for part of it, and they just kind of worked their way around that with a different character. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, you gotta do some changes. You can't do everything. As a man who has adapted a creepypasta into a short screenplay, you have to either add new stuff or take away stuff. I added a whole new scene for technically different reasons. So, fingerprint analysis is the very basis of modern forensic science. Doesn't just talking about it leave you breathless with an excitement? Oh yes, breathless. Actually, it does sound kind of interesting. Let me know if you find any evidence that might have a print or two. All right? Okay. I was just thinking, I'm just gonna give her every little bit of evidence that I think could have fingerprints on it. Okay, no. How about the cell phone? Nope. Okay. What about the noodle stand itself? No. What are we talking about here? Let's see. Palmer Actus, 46, male. Estimated time of death, June 14th, between 10:15 p.m. and 10:45 p.m. So we got a 30-minute timetable. Cause of death, damage to brain resulting from bullet wound. Points of interest, entry point, right temple. Okay. I don't think there's anything we could find to look at here. I'm not gonna lie, I thought for a second that was a blood spot, and I'm like, how'd it get on the roof? Huh. Oh. Huh. Look at this, Apollo. Mr. Eldon spelled his name backwards on this side. I think that says noodle? As in Eldun's noodles? Huh? Oh, I get it. So the name of his store is the same whether you read it forward or backwards. Yeah, I guess it would be. Well, except for the last S. Then how about a store called Team Meat? No. I know what they sell there. No. 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 Seth Rollins cranked up to 9 trillion. Are we talking about Seth Rollins with Heyman, or Seth Rollins the Paul Heyman guy? Close, but that would be TM Meat or TM Mate backwards. And what kind of store is that? Why, a store that sells meat. It's not meat unless it's Team Meat. Dear Lord, Trucy. Is that really it? Let's zoom in! Because I would think we'd be able to look at this a little closer up. Oh. I'm not seeing shit. Which is very disappointing. Alright. I just thought about it. I have to examine it. These bloomers share the distinct design. You absolutely know who they belong to at a glance. It's Paul Heyman with a Brock Lesnar and a Curtis Axel. Don't you dare talk bad about our boy Curtis Axel. That man should have gotten his main event spot at WrestleMania. He never lost that Royal Rumble. It took him a long time to lose that Royal Rumble. That way she doesn't have to write her name on them. Genius. I would think writing your name would be easier than drawing a plum blossom. Okay. Maybe that's all I had to do, thinking about it. I think I've looked at everything for this. Yep. I know I've looked at that. I don't really want to look at Trucy's underwear, but we gotta test everything. Nope. I looked at that. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Wait, can I analyze the attorney badge? There's a number inscribed on the back of the badge. There are many numbers like it, but this one is mine. Proof that I'm an attorney. To tell the truth, I get a happy feeling inside just looking at it. Alright. Don't ever call anything a Shield 2.0. I hate when people are like, this is going to be this 2.0. It's like, you can't recreate that. Some stuff's just unrecreatable. Shield, you can't recreate that. You can't recreate that. Even with Seth and Braun being kind of described as almost Evolution 2.0. Like, it's not really. You can't recreate Evolution. Really? Ma'am, I have your trousers. Well, your bloomers, not your trousers. I did not steal your pants. Nor did I steal anything else. I just found them. A lone Eldoon Noodles bowl lies on the ground. The lone bowl, tipped on its side. It's kind of surreal. The blue tarp Mr. Eldon used to cover his noodle stand. Robbed of its purpose, it blows in the wind. Alone. Guy Eldoon's dog doesn't look too lively. They say dogs and their owners resemble each other. I guess there are exceptions. There's a handwritten sign here. Save the light. It's hard to make out the sign in the shade from the clinic next door. An oil drum for catching rainwater. Ah! A sparrow just flew over and... Oh, man, that was just disgusting. Something tells me this wasn't the first time. This must be his business sign. It reads, "No!" Maybe that's how the kids are spelling new these days. Another failed attempt at hipster marketing. Okay, Apollo. Okay, man, calm down. I don't think we needed you to do that, bruh. Everything analyzed here? This car belongs to someone at the Maractus Clinic. And it hit Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright's sprained his ankle, and the car lost a side view mirror. This car versus Mr. Wright. Not quite the match of the century. I don't know. I'd book it. I don't know about you guys, but I'd book it. How'd you guys feel about Backlash if you watched it? I didn't watch the show, but I did watch the highlights. And it seemed like most people were pretty cool with a lot of it. Where the fuck am I supposed to goddamn go? I don't like that I'm stuck right now. I didn't expect to get stuck this quick. Meh. Didn't watch it yet. Still gotta watch SmackDown for Bliss reasons. And then Backlash. I don't think it missed much on SmackDown for Bliss reasons. The big thing, spoiler alert, Jen, the big thing was she had an interaction with Charlotte. That was kind of like the big thing there. I don't think you really missed anything outside of that. Here we go. I figured there was something I could show. I'm in 2 months, that's reason enough. You're not wrong. I did take time during the stream Friday to check and see what happened. You are not wrong. Look, my panties, they came home to mama. Thanks, Apollo. I was worried about them too. Trucy Special ordered those. A startling display of parental concern. I'd hate to have to buy a new pair. Ooh. Make that a not-so-startling display of cheapskateness. Okay, I wanted to see if there was anything there. There we go. No response to that. I have to present you with something? So glad we found my panties. I had no idea they were so important to you. And in time for tonight's show, too. A lot of people come just to see my panties, you know. You might not want to advertise it like that. What's that, Polly? Oh, I know. You want to see a magic trick. Well, you've come to the right girl. Watch as I make the evidence disappear forever. Whoa, no, don't. Sorry, my bad. Pat versus Gunther was an interesting match. I didn't see much about that. Like, I saw the highlights of it. I didn't see many people say anything about it. I saw people enjoyed the main event more so than the Mania main. So, that's good. Okay. You know what we're doing. Your boy needs to figure out the next step. Whoops. I went for Phoenix Wright. There we go. Oh, yeah. Okay. Ba-ba. Okay. You got that. Oh. Okay. I missed something entirely. I missed something entirely, and that's no shock to anyone. Yeah, we got Gable not in a mask against Penta right now. Yeah, apparently rumors are that it's gonna lead to El Grande Americano versus Penta, mask versus mask. How the fuck did I miss that? I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I never saw this. I never saw the fucking knife sticking out of the ground. I never saw it. I looked, it said you have to analyze the knife, and I literally am just like, what the fuck? No, they won't. They're going to take it to SummerSlam, and then he'll be unmasked. That's literally the booking, it sounds like. Oh, I would love that. I would love to see Chad Gable and El Grande Americano versus Penta and Rey Fenix. I did not see that knife at all. I don't know why, but I never saw it. Not once. My brain just evaporated it. It was like those fucking ads for your phone where you can just delete things in the back of pictures and shit. They come with their own Photoshop, essentially. That's what my brain did with that knife. It wasn't there. All I saw was grass. I don't know how, but I did not see it one bit. It's a knife? A shiv, to be precise. Oh, lingo. The defendant, Waki Kataki, is the son of known gangsters. The police are assuming this belongs to him. Wait, wasn't the murder weapon a pistol? Huh, look at this. There's a handprint on this shiv. A handprint? Then there might be a fingerprint. Let's investigate. Oh. Right. First, choose the fingerprint you want to examine. Choose a fingerprint? Is any interesting rookies at training camp? Dorian Singer, the receiver out of, I believe it's USC. He's been a name so far to watch. I'm trying to think if there's any other names that really came to mind from what I saw on Twitter. He was the big name. There wasn't much outside of that, outside of how good Travis Hunter looked at wideout. So, and the fact that he was dancing like crazy, having some pot roast. I had chicken pot pie. That's what I had tonight. Chicken pot pie. It was tasty. And then I followed that up with some ice cream cake because I'm fat. Even though I did get a little bit of a workout in today, I was happy about it. I woke up at an actual time. It was awesome. I did take a nap, though. Look close at the handle. See, there's more than one fingerprint here. Those black spots? The black spot? Signed 2 wideouts and a DN who has 18.5 career sacks and 7.5 last season. Those are good numbers. Chicken pot pies tomorrow for you. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I saw you guys sign Jalen Smith. I mean, depth at linebacker. That's the only thing I could think. That's right. Pick the one you want to analyze. Well, let's pick the largest one. I think that's the smartest move. Right, let's get deducting. Let's get detecting. Wow, she's practically glowing with excitement. And she looks cocky as fuck in the picture. First, sprinkle some aluminum powder over the print. I almost said aluminium. I almost said aluminium. I almost became a Brit. With a press of X, like this, see? The oil left by the print absorbs the aluminum powder, so you can just dust it on. And blow it off. But blow? Don't say that to the 15-year-old. It's like whistling. You know how to whistle, don't you? Just use triangle and... Wow, amazing! It's like magic! It isn't, though. Right, let's give it a shot. Incidentally, it's important that you cover the entire fingerprint with the powder. Yeah. There we go. It's good enough. Good. Clear. Quite impressive. Next, to match the print. The police office has samples, so you can tell whose finger this print belongs to. That doesn't sound like as much fun as actually finding the print. You lost Twitter? How'd you lose Twitter? Okay, pick the person whose print you think this is. You probably have a good idea whose knife this is already. I mean, might as well. That's pretty spot on. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. It's nowhere near. There's similarities, but it's not the same print. How do we have Trucy's print? Comparing. Oh, suspended account. Yeah. So the fingerprints do belong to the defendant. Yes, isn't it amazing? The power of science. It's my life. Apollo, she's sparkling. And I'm dimming. Look sharp, spirits up. The real fight is yet to come. Chin up, Polly. The trial hasn't even started and I'm already losing. Knife, also known as a shiv, found at the crime scene bearing Walkie's prints. So, have you met the defendant? No. Visiting hours are almost over at the detention center. You might think about wrapping up here and heading over. Good idea. I don't know what good it will do. We have a witness and a knife with prints. Have I mentioned I've got a bad feeling about this? Don't worry. It's like a Wright tradition. Some traditions I can live without. To the detention center! I'm sorry. Meeting hours for the day are all done. But we still have 3 minutes! I'll put in your request, but don't expect anything. Father's talking in the private room with him. The father? You mean like a priest? I mean the suspect's father, Mr. Winfred Big Wins Kitaki himself. Not someone I care to meet. Die, you! You're the one on your way out, old... Okay, so it was, die, you! You're the one on your way out, old man! Penta B. Gable, no shock there. He's a smooth operator, you know. Ah, they're here. Whoa! This guy radiates power. Power with a cute apron? I feel like I gotta do it. Because they're gangsters and they designed this man with one person in mind. I have to do it. You walkie's lawyer. Yes, sir. Well, I'm Big Wins Kitaki, fourth head of the Kitaki family. Capiche? They made him say capiche. Oh, I love it. You came on the day of my daughter's wedding. Actually, I came to speak to your son, Mr. Justice. Yes? My son's innocent. He killed no one. If he were found guilty, it wouldn't be good. Capiche? Yes, I'm all about capising. Capished loud and clear. You gotta do more than just understand to make it. You'll learn though. Even if the lesson comes at the end of your short life. I don't feel so good. Let's see. We gotta weave this guy out. What's the big idea, old man? You can't treat me like a kid no more. Not now. That voice just killed my throat after doing the Marlon Brando. So yeah, assassin and now a mafioso. Yep. This man has 100% killed people. He's a mafia boss. Well, he hasn't killed people. He's had people kill people. You know, I wanted to go to the clink. I like it here. You must be walkie? Oh my god, he's a weeb that's a wannabe gangster. This is the worst combination I've ever seen in my life. He is a weeb that is a wannabe gangster. This is 90% of the people in my high school that got into anime. Oh no. Oh man. This is like the worst combination. God, now I've got to change his voice a bit because if he's doing this, I don't think I can do it properly because I never had that stage in high school because, you know, I got into emo music at that point. Boom, that was my personality. Done. Even though that was kind of the personality already. I don't think I'll be able to do it, but there is a certain voice. No, you don't understand. There is a certain voice of people in the mid-2000s there is a certain voice in the mid-2000s that if you were a white guy that was into rap, you automatically tried to talk a certain way. And that's how he talks. 100%. I can't do it, so I'm not going to attempt it, but that's how he talks. 100%. 100%. Accent-wise. Oh no, it's not the Baltimore accent, man. It's not the Baltimore accent. I don't think I've ever heard anyone speak that way since, like, 2010, maybe. But, like, it's a special kind of thing. I can hear it now. See, I've heard it Baltimore. That's the way I've always heard it in the accent. I don't know if there's separate accents in Baltimore, but I've always heard the Baltimore. That's the way I've heard it. Wooter? No, man. No. That one's just bad. Like Carlito plays 2K. Like Carlito played 2K. A G's not a G till he does hard time, Bizzly. You'll see. When I get out of here, things will change. He is currently the biggest fan of Vanilla Ice as well right now. He just found out who Eminem is. And is currently listening to the entire back catalog. And is 90% sure that Under Pressure copied Vanilla Ice. That's this guy. That's this guy. Silence. My apologies, Mr. Justice. He's usually such a nice boy. Forgive me if I have a hard time believing that. No, he's... Well, no, he's also a weeb, so he's got to listen to some anime music, too. Well, let's see. 2000s... We want mid-2000s anime themes. 2000s anime themes. What were the popular ones, I wonder? Yeah, here we go. Oh, also big fan of the Boondocks. That's this dude loves it. I mean, it's a really solid show, so I can't say that he's wrong on that. Dude definitely watched Bakemonogatari or Bakemonogatari. That I can get. You're dressed like that. That's definitely on his watch list. What else? What else is on this list? He obviously watched Naruto. Look at that hair. Yet Death Note because he thought he was edgy at one point watching that. What else? Soul Eater, yeah, he totally watched that. Ren High School Host Club, he watched and told nobody. Except for his like few friends. Man, Bob's the Naruto piece. Yeah. Yeah, that's definite. That's definite. Who was a Canadian rapper who sang? Yeah, no, Snow. I could definitely see him rocking to what was it? Informer. I could totally see him rocking to Informer. What else we got here? Trying to find. There's a certain anime I want to see if it's on here. He never watched Ghost. No, he watched Ghost in the Shell for reasons. I was about to say, I'm like, yeah, no, he watched it for reasons. There's gotta be. Do we think this dude was into Ghibli films? I don't think he likes Ghibli films. I think he thinks it's a mockery to anime. And that's why he gets shit on. Totally watched Cowboy Bebop. That's a guarantee. Ooh, would he have watched the original Fooly Cooly? Yeah. Yeah. He 100% watched Ponyo, though? Yes. Yes. You are right on that. You are right on that. He contemplated My Neighbor Totoro, but he thought it would make him weak if he watched it. He contemplated it. Oh, he watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood all the time. He binged it when he got an opportunity. Definitely watched Code Geass. With how edgy that made some people feel at times. Yeah. He shits on Spirited Away because everyone likes it. Yeah, he totally watched Gurren Lagann too. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he watched Gurren Lagann. There were a couple on here that I'm surprised. Evangelion was 90s, so never mind. But dude totally watches Evangelion too, and he calls himself an OG because of it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this dude I think his first anime was Bakemonogatari. That and Naruto was what got him into anime. Okay, now that we have Higurashi, let's see. Would he have watched Higurashi? Let's see. No, I don't think he would have watched Higurashi. I don't think he would have watched Higurashi. Actually, no, no. You know what? You know what? Because the little bit I know about Higurashi I got from AMV Hell, you know what? Actually, he would have. But he only watches the parts people talked about. He's never seen the actual, like, storyline of it, but he watches, like, certain episodes that people talk about just so he looks cool. That's it. Everyone watched Ghost of the Shell for the same reason. Yeah. 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 You're not wrong. Ha! You can't take me under your wing this time, old man. You heard me. I don't need no trial. I did it. I think that's enough for today, Mr. Justice. Don't let me down tomorrow. Okay. Fucking Marlon Brando and his wannabe Naruto son. Oh, God. So much for talking to our client. But we made so much progress today. We even found my panties. I had fun at least. Of course. The biggest mystery of all remains. How am I supposed to build a case for this trial? Oh, almost forgot. It's time for my show. Tonight I'm performing at the Wonder Bar. You should come check it out. To be continued. You love the cute apron. Marlon Brando with his cute apron. Alright, check the Celtics game for 2 reasons. Woo, Celtics up at halftime. Thank you. Bigger question. Okay, 2 more rebounds, Cat. That's all I need from you. Please and thank you. And then job's done with that. Cop in the back, yeah. He's just like, wait, they found her panties? What the fuck are they doing? Alright, back to the courtroom we go. June 16th, 9:46 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Let's see, get made into a normal type Pokemon? Normal type. I think most animals that would fit a normal type have kind of been done. You know, squirrels, cats. They haven't done a... Have they done a normal dog? Most of the dogs have other typings to them. Yeah, I don't think there's many animals left really to do normal typing with. See, a bear's been a normal type with Teddiursa and Ursaring. What other animal? Yeah, Capybear's a good one. Capybear's a good one. I would say a Tasmanian Devil, but that makes sense for a dark type. If we're being real. But Capybear's a really good one. Oh, and by the way, when we spin the wheel after we're done here today, we do have a couple new things on the wheel. Because I got some stuff set. And I was practicing with... I wanted to play some Need for Speed Most Wanted, the best Need for Speed game ever made. So I was playing that, and I got some more games to add to the wheel before I started just having a good time being nostalgic. Oh yeah, the Stoutland line would be the dogs. Yeah. Huh. Mr. Wright's not here today? He said his old foot injury was acting up. Old injury? He was all smiles yesterday. Yes, he smiled when he said we'd be fine as long as you're there, Trucy. Yes, fine. We'll be fine. Here comes justice. I started my voice training at 5 this morning. Oh, do some more. I want to see or hear. Huh? Oh, okay. My name is Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. That sounds more like a self-mantra than voice training. I'm gonna assume that is the, what's his fuck? What's his name? I gotta remember his name. What's his name? What's his name? Oh god, we threw out his name! Clavier Gavin. I'm gonna assume it's this prick. And now my terrible German accent has to come in. I'm fine. I'm fine. You know what I'm saying. Oh no, never mind, it's him. I'm fine. I'm fine. You know what I'm saying. Good morning. Yo, sup? Hit me with a guilty verdict, G. See if I care. You just hang loose and let things go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he totally has. Oh my god. To give this man a backward cap, some way too baggy jeans. probably some Jordans that he definitely got his parents to buy him. And then 3 gold chains and 2 gold bracelets. That's what he needs. That's what he needs right now. Not really. Walkie, don't be running your mouth like that in here. See, that's the difference between me and you, old man. I ain't afraid of no cops. I'm a big fan of NWA. Real G's can't keep it real till they spend some hard time in the pen. How the fuck is this man getting married? Torture yourself with the NWA. Different NWA, I think Walkie's a fan of. This man right here, though, is an example that anything is possible. You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Sounds like they've both been voice training too, Apollo. My worst fears realized. The trial's starting, and I still haven't had a real talk with my client. And now he's posed up like he's gonna hit me with some shadow clone jutsu. Fuck. Goddamn, the voice changes that are going to happen in this trial are going to be batshit, man. It gets explained later? Oh, great. Court is now in session for the trial of Walkie Kitaki. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready to rock and roll, Herr Judge. Ah, it's him! The guy from yesterday! He's a prosecutor? It's Mr. Gavin's brother. Cleavor. He's actually a Pokemon. Long time no see, Prosecutor Gavin. Were you taking a leave of absence? You know that little band I started in my free time. Thing is, we got real popular. Or to say 9 to your fans, when 3 of your singles go platinum, ja? I'm guaranteeing this man is not German. He just speaks German because he thinks it's cool. And I just realized I'm giving him a Russian accent. But you know what? I don't care. I see. To be honest, I was a little concerned. I'd worried I wouldn't get more material for my fanfic, actually. I feared that you might still be distraught over that one trial. You know, that one that I really got a lot out of. I mean, I wrote like 5 chapters off of that thing. It was fucking crazy. Not to worry, Herr Judge. I wouldn't miss this day in court for the world. It's worth even more than VIP passes to one of my concerts, yeah? How could I pass up a chance to see the true strength of the little boy who bested my brother? It was worth canceling a show or 2. Understood. You may give your opening statements to the court. Before that, I was thinking, is the air in this courtroom not a bit serious? It is a court of law. That's no way to get the crowd jumping, Herr Judge. They're not supposed to jump.
This is a courtroom, and that song you're talking about from Van Halen was about a guy who was trying to jump off a building to take his own life. It's very weird, if you ask me.
Action, baby! Today we play it my way. You know what? No, I'm changing his voice entirely. You know what voice I'm giving him? Fuck it. He gets to be Chris Jericho. Action, baby! Today we play it my way. He's just gonna be old school Chris Jericho now because it's gonna be more fun. What's that noise? Sometimes you gotta get on up in... Yeah, you gotta get on up in order to get down. To prosecuting. This is crazy. The victim, Paul Maractus, director of the Maractus Clinic. The scene, People Park. He was found pulling a noodle stand, and he just made the list.
What in the world was a doctor doing pulling a noodle stand?
I just realized I can't do Jericho unless it's like 2 or 3 words. I don't know what this man's voice is anymore. Yes, I believe you will only find that out by asking the defendant right here, right now. Because it's an undeniable truth that he shot the victim. What do you mean undeniable? If you want to glare at anyone, judge, glare at the punk in the defendant's chair. He's becoming Jack Black the more I do this. His crime was witnessed quite clearly, you see.
Very well. Please admit this witness to the court.
Yeah, no, he's definitely either Jack Black or Chris Jericho. That's the only person he's doing that. 9. Not yet. First, there's a little matter to be cleaned up. Could you talk without the accompaniment? I swear I could see the guitar for a second.
What is this, Professor Gavin?
Ooh. The motive, Judge. Why did the little punk do it? Why did he kill the director of the Maractus Clinic? Not so fast. The defendant doesn't have to explain that. Oh. But what if the defendant specifically requests to do so? As he did this morning. I want to give a shout out to all my homies, I believe he said.
What? I've got to put that down. Give a shout out to all my... Excuse me, how do you spell homies? I'm gonna need that written down. Make sure you write that one down.
What is right? They always say that on stage you should hit the crowd with speed and ferocity. Sounds like he got you good, huh, Polly? Trucy, whose side are you fucking on?
Well, this is highly unusual, but the court will now hear from the defendant concerning his motive in the crime. So, you, son, are the defendant. Walkie, are you?
I ain't your son, old man. You step to a Kentucky, you best be prepared to step strong. Bruh, I love this guy and hate him at the same time. You step to a public official, you'd best be prepared to step into the learning tree. That's about as close to jail as we can get, I think. Gotta hand it to him. Wacky sure has guts. It's not his guts I'm worried about.
Well then, the court will now hear testimony on the defendant's motive. From the defendant himself.
See, Dash, you weren't here for the start of the fanfic. The fanfic was crazy back in the day. You should have seen what the judge was writing. It was insanity. Walkie Kitaki's truth. I tell you one thing. That doctor was a quack. That doctor was a quacker. Bro. He's everything I said he was. I hate it. Oh, I hate it. I hate this man so much, but it's funny as hell. Well, there's nothing wrong with writing on Wattpad, but it's just like the ultimate fanfiction site. That's why I mention it. It's the one everyone knows. For reasons they probably shouldn't. Someone had to show him what's what. I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my op something bad. And then he just lets me go without a word. See you later. Bye. So I gotta go in, get another doc to patch me up again. That was the day I done figured it out. No OG's gonna let that pass. Bro, I hate him. That's why I went to his pad that night. Know what I'm saying? That's fine. Jaren's got stuff on Wattpad. That's fine. I don't care if people got stuff on Wattpad. I just find it funny that the judge would write. The judge would totally write on Wattpad. I'm sorry. That man looks like he writes on Wattpad. Like, and it's the fan fiction nobody wants to read, but you read it anyways because there's so much of it. You're like, how exactly did he get this much material? And then you realize, yeah, no.
You're saying you were one of the victim's patients.
A lot of stuff goes down when you're keeping it real on the streets. True that. I tell you one thing, that doc was whack.
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination.
Two FNAF stories and Persona mixed with FNAF. And of course, Jaren's got his 120,000 views on Wattpad because he's big money over there. The people on Wattpad know Jaren. I can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing about all this. Okay. First of all, the word you're looking for is quack. And isn't that a little harsh? He's your family doctor. Who asked you, Pointy Locks? Just who do you think you are? Your lawyer? Look, I ain't trying to hear that. He was a quacker, plain and simple. There you go, region number 1, hot damn. Between you and Jaren, I'm the shit writer here. Although, I'm technically just writing mine just to get the story down so I can then adapt it to screenplay. Technically. By someone, you mean... Was there anyone with a score to settle with this doctor? Besides you, I mean. You better ask somebody else, Holmes. What do I care? I made up my own mind and did what had to be done. Straight gangsta style. Also, he said, Holmes, this dude totally loves gasoline. Bruh, this man has listened to Gasoline by Daddy Yankee so much on loop. But why were you so mad at this doctor? Yo, sit back and listen while I drop it, J-Man. I hate him. I hate him. So you were a patient at the Maractus Clinic half a year ago. For what reason? I had what you might call a mark of honor. Can you explain that precisely? What was wrong? Well, a little run-in with the Rivals family. With the Rivals family, yeah. Like, Rivals. I'm thinking it's pronounced, it's just Rivals. Yeah. That's why I pulled a jack move. And ran into an ambush. G busted a cap right in me. I am shocked I did not have him say G busted a cap in my ass. According to my sources, you, let me read this, couldn't stand the stress of waiting and ran in 15... He did not. He did not. You can't stop me from overthinking shit. I will overthink everything. I overthink waking up in the morning. You can't stop that. You just gotta live with that. I love the fact that this man Leroy Jenkins his way in. They just created the ultimate mid-2000s teenager. And ran in 15 minutes before the appointed time. By yourself. Hey, I was more than a match for those guys. I hit them with my Shadow Clone Jutsu and I was clearly outnumbering them. So you were carried to the Maractus Clinic from there. Apparently, he was shot in the heart and he was too late because he gives love a bad name. Shot in the heart? And he's still alive? When was Apollo Justice? I thought Apollo Justice was like a lot, like way after. Whoops. I spelled the wrong thing. Apollo Justice release date. Yeah, 2016. I was about to say, I'm like, I feel like this game came out well after. Oh! Never mind. Never mind. The DS one. Initial release date was 07. I'm thinking this is the third game? Nope. Yep, that one's 07. Why did it say 2016? Ah. It came out. Okay. It came out for iOS and Android in 2016. That's why it said 2016. It came out in the West in 2008. Yeah, so he's just every normal person at this time. They're right on the mark with the demographic, though, that they're trying to hit here. Yep. Because that was a lot of people I went to school with that talk exactly like he is. Even people I knew and are still friends with. They had a phase and they talked like this. Because, fun fact, it went from this phase, for the people I know at least, it went from this phase to the scene phase. So, it was actually a pretty normal transition. I can catch bullets between my teeth, but I never learned how to catch them with my heart. You're not supposed to catch them with that, Trucy? The bullet stopped just short of my thumper. You know what I'm saying? I would have been golden if it weren't for that whack doc. Can't even take out a stupid bullet. So, as you say, the surgery was a failure. That ain't all of it, Holmes. What do you mean he just let you go without a word? What do you think it means? It's whack, that's what.
I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds bad. Can somebody tell me what the word whack means? I'll have to use that for the young crowd.
Sounds as though Herr Doctor wished to hide his mistake. This is why he let the defendant go. He's a liar, straight up. He's a badder G than me. Wouldn't that technically be a compliment? So, this bullet is still... You know it! I can still feel it! Right there, in my chest, pressing up against my heart. Okay, we need a Fozzie beat under this. Your words are like a bullet shot straight into my heart. Or something to that effect. Incidentally, that's from one of our hit singles. It's called Judas. Well, it hasn't been released yet.
Well, that sounds like a straightforward case of malpractice.
Word, J-Man. We're no accident, that's faux shizzle. Okay, faux shizzle may be a little on the late side there, because I don't think anybody was saying faux shizzle in 2007. I think we had gone past faux shizzle at that point. I don't know. I don't remember hearing it as much freshman year.
Seems that there were issues with this doctor.
Man, putting him down was like doing the world a favor.
Walkie, please consult your lawyer before saying things like that.
Chin up, Apollo. Back straight.
Okay, Tracy.
Yeah, but he was thinking about it. You heard Jericho. He was thinking about it. He just starts reciting enemy to the judge. Whoa.
I accidentally started up the music for a second. Wait, was... I want to see if a certain album was out yet. Nope, that wasn't released yet. Yep, that wasn't released yet. Shoulders back, chest out, at ease. DDP yoga, man, it's good shit. It's good shit. I need to get back to doing it regularly. I didn't do really any of it. I did a plank and then stretched out afterwards. Because fuck, my core is terrible right now. But why did this mistake only come to light that day? It was found during the family health checkup. The family checkup? That was the wackest thing of all. All us G's lining up, taking eye exams and all that. Better to die young than fade away. Busily! Hit by the diamond cutter. It's my favorite move of the world. Yep. Out and hawk it out. A relief to hear. What's a relief? Oh, did your father not tell you? That bullet you carry so close to your heart, if not attended to immediately, it could kill you. Well, what? Yes, sir, Doctor. Maractus had knowledge concerning this ticking time bomb in you. Oh god, ticking time bomb. Hiromu Tanahashi? Knowledge that could have saved your life. No way! That's whacked! There is proof. Your checkup report, it just made the list! You just made the list! Okay, I do want to look at that. Walkie-talkie, age 19, male, report filed June 14th. Notes, metallic object found near heart. Urgent exam needed. Okay. See, when I think ticking time bomb, I go to Hiromu Tanahashi. That's always where I go first. Because loose cannon takes me to Brian Pillman. Oh god, the mucus just suddenly attacked at that moment. Cool. As I was about to read. Worst time for the allergies to hit is during these streams. How ironic that you would kill the one man capable of helping you. You're almost as careless as he was. You're not the king of your world. Good old saliva. Well, now that the place is hopping, let's get this gig started. Dun 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 dun. Dun. You are beautiful on the inside. Started. Then Judas just starts playing out of nowhere. Either that or Don't You Wish You Were Me. That starts up.
We've had enough of a warm-up act, Ja. Time to hear from the witness. Wacky sure is quiet all of a sudden.
And with that, I've got to hit the bathroom real quick. I will be back in a second. Look at Trudy just think. All right. Bathroom break's over. I doubt it. They might, but I doubt they turn him back into Brian Pillman Jr. I mean, I physically could not do that. I've already talked today how out of shape I am. I couldn't do that. Welcome to the stream, though, man. So I physically could not do that to Butterbean. If you guys want some positive news, I made a profit today. It's been so far $1, but I'm in profit. So good for me. I'm a little uneasy myself. Is this Gavin's strategy? Is this Chris Jericho's strategy? So, will you tell us your name and occupation? Who the fuck are you? Also, why is your face like that? That's quite a facial structure you have. My name is Wesley Stickler. By occupation, I take it you may... Profit, society at large. Well, under which definition I must confess to being unemployed. However, we must acknowledge the meaning of identity, which is commonly attached to this notion of occupation. And once we have accepted this reality, we see that confusion is not just yet the vagueness inherent in all representation go through. That means he wishes to say that he is a student. A junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. In the Department of Science and Engineering. Filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days in pursuit of truth, honoring my... Herr Stickler, please direct said curiosity to the case at hand today. Very well, Mr. Stickler. Now, every time they're saying Stickler, my brain thinks Stifler, which makes me think American Pie, which takes me down a whole nother rabbit hole. My brain goes weird places. Because this one time at band camp. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime. Don't talk real quick. You ask, quite simplistically, well, you understand that Homo sapiens possess two eyes, various definitions return data in the form of... A night in the park. That night I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. AJ versus Finn? Ooh, that'll be a fun one. This one time at band camp, I blacked out. That's a real story. And it has nothing to do with anything you think it does. It was just too much heat. And I somehow marched fully blacked out. And then came to, and I think my band director knew something was going on, so he gave us a break. Because I was in the terrible spot. Yeah. Yeah. It was weird too because I legitimately thought like I was gonna pass out if I blacked out, and I did not. I just lost vision for a little bit and then came back like a couple seconds later, and I was like, okay, that was weird. Freaked out for a second, just kept going. That didn't tell you I was dedicated. I wasn't good, but I was dedicated. That night, I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. In his hand, he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. And I asked the man pulling the stand. A shot, the bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. And I asked the man pulling the stand, do you have any grapes? And then I waddled away. Until the very next day. Was there anyone else in the park at the time? I can say with 100% accuracy that there was not. The pistol our witness refers to is this. The court accepts this into evidence. Ah, fingerprints were wiped. I don't believe that. Where's her shit? He said to the man, run the stand. No clues here. You got any grapes? Okay, nothing to look at. So yeah, everything was right. Oh! Whoa! Don't point that thing at me!
Don't worry, I can handle myself around guns. Magic guns, at least. The ones the pigeons come out of.
Very reassuring. Yep, I don't see anything else, so. Shit. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness.
Yes, Your Honor. Druzy? Why are you staring like that at the witness? That man. I can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before.
Is this student at the Ivy University a panty thief? Yeah, I meant to get right up on the mic and blow your ears out saying that. I meant to. There's a little bit of solace in the silence. This man performs panty raids, probably with his frat brothers. On the way home from shopping, you say. Why go through the park? A fascinating inquiry, revealing me culpable of being insufficiently verbose. Let us consider the time saved by passing through the park on the way home from the store. In that time, I am capable of solving 2 GMAT problem sets. On average, it requires me 3 minutes, 24 seconds to... Ergo, the time to complete 2 is on average 6 minutes, 48 seconds. However, in the case that the questions are in the verbal category, admittedly not right. That's enough. Enough. I get the idea. Mr. Justice, the court hopes to finish cross-examination sometime this month.
Please, I have a recording booked after this trial. We're making a new album that no one's gonna listen to. 'Cause no one's actually a fan of Fozzie. And I've got a show to perform.
Geez, sorry you're all so busy. Were these men talking by any chance? Now that you mention it, they were, though I cannot claim I heard them clearly. Only fragments such as, "You lied to me." Oh, and, "I'm gonna give you a taste of your medicine, pal." I'm not gonna lie, I don't think our boy said either of those two, given his vocabulary. I think is the best way to put it. I don't think he would have said either of those two statements. None of them utilized the word, or I'm sorry, the letter G. So, you know. They didn't utilize him going, "Yo, G! You mess with this OG a little too much. Now you about to get whacked." Like, he didn't do that. Just saying.
It's just as our defendant claims. I believe he wished to teach the victim.
Teach like the learning tree.
He wished to teach the victim what it felt like to take a bullet in the heart.
If that's true, then this is a vital piece of testimony.
Sounds like he heard them clearly enough to me.
Might I be allowed to amend my testimony?
What now?
To be precise, he did not say pal, but man. Yes, that was the way of it. I swore on my diploma.
No, Logan's not winning that belt. There's no way they're doing that. I seriously doubt they're doing that. Like, as much as the internet, oh God, wants Jey Uso to lose the title, because all of them are just like, he can't wrestle, he shouldn't have the title. I mean, have you seen 90% of wrestlers that get over? It's not the wrestling that gets them over. Hell, most of the AIW roster's over, not because of their wrestling. Like, why is Ricochet so over? Because he's doing fantastic heel work. If he was cutting bad promos, he wouldn't be over, even though he's a fantastic wrestler. Ooh, yeah, that's probably exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, if it's going to be Gunther versus Logan Paul, or Gunther versus Jey Uso, I should say, because it's totally not going to be Gunther versus Logan Paul, because that's heel versus heel, and you don't do that. That's not how you book. Yeah, that he's totally, somebody's getting cashed in on. Or they're going to tease a cash in, one of the two. Yeah. Wait a minute, what? Oh shit, guys. Guys, there's a teaser for the Spider Noir series with the greatest actor of all time, Nick Cage. I don't think there's anything else I want to look at. That explains why Asante Samuel is not signed yet. That explains a lot. Alright. Just cash in when no money in the bank briefcase is around. I mean, it's after Money in the Bank, so whoever will have Money in the Bank is probably going to tease the cash in. Schwarber got on base today. Singh is on base streak to 46 consecutive games. Schwarber, man, so good. So good. Can still go. And this other man, who was he? How can you be so sure it was the defendant? The crime took place at night. It would have been dark.
Perhaps I was remiss in not mentioning this earlier. You see, in class I always sit in the very backmost seat. Do you know why? Who cares? Because I do not wish anyone to copy my perfect notes. This relates to your testimony how? I mention this to illustrate my predisposition to that which is perfect. It was dark, you say, yet there are lights in the park. If I say the defendant was in the park at night, then he was in the park at night. It is a hard, immutable fact.
He sure is confident. He seems to be telling the truth, too. Are you sure the pistol you saw is the same one as the one just submitted as evidence?
Am I sure? Surely you jest. Or so a common witness would be tempted to say.
Huh?
Yet I am no common witness. I see not only events as they are, but the logical structure governing these events. First, we must consider the fact that it was night in the park, which indeed, my field of vision due to insufficient levels of light. Consider that the pistol let us call objective A, and it becomes object A was indeed. Becomes difficult to say with certainty that object A was indeed object A.
I think he means he couldn't see it that clearly.
My badge for a normal witness. Yet the fact that a pistol was fired before my eyes is indisputable. I can still see it when I close my eyes. The defendant raised his weapon.
Are you absolutely certain only one shot was fired?
Yes, of course it was one shot. Why do you ask?
Uh-huh. Contradiction. Finally. Mr. Stickler, according to the court record, the pistol was fired twice. A clear contradiction. Good eyes there, Justice. You're good. Real good. you really think so? Yet there is no reason why this other shot had to have been fired that night.
Meaning?
This pistol came from the Kitaki family mansion, yeah? I think it's not unreasonable to assume the pistol had been fired once before that night. During perhaps another altercation?
He's got a point.
Judging from his smug expression, I'd say Prosecutor Gavin had that answer ready before you even spotted the problem.
He seems pretty confident in his testimony.
We always make the biggest mistakes when we're our most confident. He's got a weak point, Apollo, somewhere. He's got a weak point somewhere, Apollo. Find it.
Right. Better give that testimony another listen. Okay. Here's my question. Yeah, okay. I was about to say, I was like, didn't he say it hit him square in the forehead? Because that is not accurate.
Objection!
Whew. That's all of it. I think I have a chance.
Is that you? Relaxing, I see, Air Justice?
Our objection! Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice.
Apollo, pace yourself. This trial's not over yet.
Right. Look at this. The autopsy report. Is there a problem with the autopsy report?
Right. Problem. Yes, the problem is the location of the entry wound.
The location.
You testified that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not?
I have already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain it. Quite simple, really. First, understand that when I say square, I speak not of geometrically, but what I do mean is this. For example, the definition of meter is whatever. The wavelength of light emitted by a krypton particle, as we see. It is well known fact that krypton particles are rare and invisible to the naked eye, which points to a basic fabric line of reality. Mr. Justice.
Yes?
Was your objection to these, krypton particle things?
This is the big time, and you are obsessed with something so small. You disappoint me. No, I'm obsessed with something big. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here.
Do tell.
Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was the right temple.
Temple?
Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly that the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction, isn't it?
I like that the crowd's just like, yeah, I think that's a contradiction. I think he got him on that one. Yeah, no, that totally sounds like a contradicting statement to me.
It is, right? Finally.
Objection!
Son of a bitch. Herr Justice. Oh, Herr Justice. Yes? Your tactics are outdated. Trying to shake the witness by objecting to trifles. Clearly, you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago. Phoenix Wright, was it? That ass clown. Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to this testimony. Hey, Herr Forehead! Forehead? Let us imagine you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol trained on the other. What would you do, Herr Forehead? Well, I guess I would try to stop them. I'd probably shout, "Stop!" And you, Fraulein? Me? Well, I'd probably scream, "Eek!" And you, Herr Stickler, what did you shout, I wonder? The victim turned his head at the last moment.
Oh, yes. Thank you for jogging my memory. Sounds like an addendum to the testimony is required.
Son of a bitch.
As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. "Cease this at once, you two!" I cried, with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and a shot rang out. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. I see. So you attempted to stop the crime. Indeed. With composure.
Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired if he hadn't shouted like that.
That doesn't really matter now, unfortunately.
Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would. The witness, Mr. Stickler, was it? Stood here. He shouted.
Yeah, okay.
He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of this nature. And the victim responded by looking in the witness's direction. The killer would have fired at just that moment. As you can see, the bullet would have struck the right temple, as in the report.
Yeah, okay, no, you're right. That does seem to be the case. Witness the power of a junior in Ivy University's Department of Science. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness. Okay.
Hold it!
Whose voice? Which one do you hate the most? Because they're all terrible, but which one do you hate the most? So you saw a raised pistol. Weren't you frightened? It can be said, we students of Ivy University know no fear. The moment I saw that pistol, my inner sense of justice compelled me to take action. That was completely brave of you, Stickler. Yeah, no, his voice should be hated. I'm wanting to make him as annoyingly pompous as possible, because this is the exact guy you try to have an argument with, and he does exactly what he's doing here. And he sounds just like that as he does it. You might have gotten shot.
You certainly were lucky. If I were in the killer's shoes, I certainly wouldn't have left a witness behind.
And then this moment, he's just...
It actually looks like he had no idea he was in danger.
Regardless, I attempted to halt the bloodshed. Are you sure both men were able to hear your voice? They were, of course. My high, exquisite voice echoed through the park.
And the victim responded to that clarion call.
Quite. Did you hear the gunshot at the same time as the victim turned? Indeed, I would say about the same time, to be precise. And the victim didn't ask you for help? It can be said that he didn't have time to ask. He didn't even have time to take a single step.
I'm totally sure that the killer fired because Mr. Stickler startled him.
Don't say that too loud, Trucy. Please. What the fuck is Stickler? He is a junior at Ivy University, and he talks really fucking fast about krypton particles. He's also the defense's witness. Can you describe the killer's actions more clearly? He seemed quite surprised, especially considering that it was he who did the deed. As you can see, human psychology is a tangled web indeed.
He simply couldn't believe what he had done. He shot, he panicked. Common tale, but true.
Unfortunately, before I could take further action, you didn't try to apprehend the criminal? Or apprehend. I don't know how I said it. I feel like I said it differently. I don't know. It all happened so fast. I'm afraid I hadn't the time.
Doesn't something about that strike you as odd, Apollo?
What?
The killer was in a hurry, right? He fired the shot and tossed it right away.
According to the testimony, that's what happened, yes.
In that case, I'd expect to find something that we didn't find.
Find something? Find what?
I like that contradiction. Kinda sad to see it go.
Not as sad as I feel. What do we do now?
At least the testimony's getting a little clearer.
She's right. Maybe I can find something to use in his new testimony. Alright. See, I would argue that the pistol, we couldn't find it, but it does say it was left at the crime scene, so... I don't know if that's an argument I can make. I'm wondering. Oh yeah, because she's just working with Maxine Dupree. Okay, I have two thoughts. I don't know if either of these are going to work. Because this one... No, never mind. Never mind. Because I thought of a way to make the argument. He may have just turned his head. So he would still be facing this way. I think it's either the pistol or it's the shiv. I think those are the only two that work as contradictions to this. I'm gonna save real quick. God damn. Okay. I'm gonna go the pistol first because I like the contradiction of the fact that we never saw the pistol at the crime scene. However, this was at the crime scene. So it's like, what's the situation here? I don't know which one I want to go with. Because I feel like Trucy telling me about the pistol is the way of going with the pistol. But I feel like the knife's a smarter idea. I'm gonna go with the pistol.
Objection!
Wait a second. Tisk tisk, another misleading request. Yet you've so beholden to your own mode of discourse, you can't see how it affects you. Come again? Wait a second, you say. A second? Are we intended to wait just that? A single second? 1/60th? 60th of a minute? That's hardly enough time to draw breath, let alone make a statement in court. Now, had you asked for a longer period of time, say 3 minutes 35 seconds, Mr. Justice. Yes, Your Honor. Might understand you are objecting to the length of a second? Yes, I mean, no. Here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. A common ploy made all the more common, I fear, by the prevalence of television. Criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints. Wait, but you said the killer tossed the gun and ran.
That's right. He didn't have time to wipe the gun for prints.
I didn't think about that. I just thought about the fact that we never saw the gun at the scene. I didn't think about that. I didn't overthink. I didn't think enough.
Ah, the little girl sticking it to the university student.
There's a song in there.
I see the spiders in my mouth. And I'm not little.
Then let's think like adults, shall we, Fraulein?
Eh?
What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves? This man don't wear gloves.
Gotta admit, I didn't think of that, Apollo.
Well, Mr. Justice, could the killer have been wearing gloves? No! No, he could not! No, he could not! No, he could not. Tatum's hurt? That's not good. Yeah, I miss Edgeworth too. I don't like Mr. Gavin as much. Edgeworth had that je ne sais quoi, that gravitas to him. This is just a wannabe Jericho. Just saying. I want Godot back, personally. I loved Godot. He was one of my favorites. The record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. The fingerprints were wiped, which means some trace of print remained, which contradicts your testimony. If everything happened as you say it did, he wouldn't have had time to wipe the pistol. Or Von Karma and her whip? Yes. Bring back Von Karma. That may be, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant, he threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. This man definitely also has a minor in arts. He's got to. And this pistol was found at the scene of the crime, strongly suggesting that this was the weapon he disposed of. That sounds solid to me. Well, forehead, any of your precious objections?
What gives, Apollo? Let's get that voice training going. Let's see that voice training go to work.
You know, I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say.
What do you mean, nothing to say? Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said?
Huh? Isn't what obvious?
When he restated what he saw just now, he said he saw Waki drop a murderous weapon. But that's not the same as being 100% sure of what Walkie threw away.
You're right!
He's just confused because a pistol was found at the scene. Poor Mr. Stickler. It must be hard to be so perfect and yet so wrong.
Well, it can be said that I'm quite offended. While it is indeed true that once in my month that was seized by the teacher and posted on the blackboard, the affiliation poem might have been prefixed. What we can say for certain is that the witness saw the killer throw something. Does the defense have anything to say about this?
Well, if what he threw wasn't a pistol, then it had to be something else. At least one person on the defense team seems to be thinking.
I'll wipe that smile off your pretty face, Gavin.
Being attractive and all that.
Fucking rock star looks. Perhaps you can inform the court as to the nature of this something else. What did the killer throw away before fleeing the scene?
A good old shiv.
Is that a sword? I saw one of those on the late night movie last night. I actually took some notes on it too. I'm adding that to my fanfic as well. It was very cool.
Great. A sleep-deprived judge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime, with the defendant's prints on it.
His prints?
This single piece of evidence proves two important things. One, that what the defendant threw down wasn't a pistol. Two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves.
Indeed.
Oh, hair forehead. You're forgetting two other things you've just proven! Huh? One, that means the witness saw what the witness saw was the defendant, Mr. Walkie Kitaki. Two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim.
Oh! Indeed.
Ripley Sky versus Julie and Roxanne Perez. That's going to be a good match. Probably. I would assume. Never underestimate a Gavin is the lesson here.
This court is of the opinion that our witness is fond of making assumptions, which, as you know, makes an ass out of you and me. In that light, I believe it would behoove us to hear about what really occurred. With less assuming, please.
It is always the same with you people. Mark left the house on foot, and 5 minutes later, his brother left after him. How long would it take for Mark's brother to catch up to him? Assuming that Mark never had to stop for a traffic light. Assuming. Yes, that's what I said. Assuming. As if there were a probable situation at all. Yet, here we are assuming that my assumption is no better?
What this court assumes is that the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired.
Can we just notice that the judge means fucking business today? He went at him. I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else.
I want to know what his cell phone looks like. Why didn't you chase the killer? He was, as you say, a killer. Of course, I could have run him down, yet what would he have done when cornered? Sadly, it takes more than an aptitude for solving quadratic equations to know that. Did the testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? And do we not also know that there was no one else there? Seems clear that we have our killer. Does it not? Ah, damn. Does it not, Mr. Justice? I better find a way to take this testimony down quick. Okay. Which way did the killer run? By that time, it was clear the killer had noticed me. Naturally, he ran in the opposite direction. That would mean he ran the opposite direction from the Kitaki mansion. Okay, I need to make sure I'm saying this right, because if not, it's not coming off how I think it comes off. Oh, fun fact, that translates to danger. Achtung. God, there's some phlegm in that. You gotta put some phlegm in that. Yeah, you gotta put some phlegm in that if you're gonna speak German. Okay. Achtung! Doesn't even think about pointing out that he was going away from his house, from his home. All he had to do was look back once he was out of sight. How did he know that's where I was going? You were certainly composed for someone who had just witnessed a killing. If one is to devote one's life to the pursuit of science, one must never flinch at the sight of a little blood, nor be so moved by a chemical discovery that one drops one's flask upon the lab room floor. Ooh, cool answer. Very cool. So nothing strange about how he acted. Tuesday looks like she has something to say. Wasn't your first thought to call an ambulance? Or an ambulance? Whichever you wish to say. An amberlamps is what we call it back in the 2000s. It can be said that I have dabbled in medicine. The injury I witnessed, namely a single shot to the head, tends to result in death. Ergo, there was no need for me to call an ambulance. Oh, a perfect syllogism. A proof in 3 parts. Exquisite. Simply exquisite. He actually looks like he's going to cry. Can you tell us in detail about these 10 minutes? I stood in a state of heightened awareness. Anything could have happened at any moment. Anyone could appear from any direction. Is that all? This guy's giving me Richard Wellington vibe. Yeah, yep. I did not remember his face to the name, but yeah, no. I agree with that. You're not wrong. That's a pretty good comparison. I do think I gave him a very similar voice as well. No one came. Nothing happened at all. I saw it all. Which is to say, I saw nothing. It was late at night. It's not odd to think there would be few people around in that park. So he just stood there, watching, menacingly. Not much to go on there. Trucy, if you got something to say, by all means, say it. Can't find a single problem with that testimony. Had enough at last, there, forehead? Maybe it's time to back off a bit. I feel like there is definitely a decision to be made there that could give me a trophy at some point. We don't back up. The defense still has some questions that demand answers, Your Honor. Your opinion, Professor Gavin. Oh, let him play attorney until he's satisfied, I say. I will assume myself by composing my next smash hit in my head. Don't you wish you were him? Very well. You may continue with the cross-examination. Okay. So yeah, I've got a feeling then that... let me see if it is what I think it is. Ugh. Some of us have glamorous careers we'd like to get back to this month. There, forehead. I don't have enough to put Walkie away yet. Back off for now? There's nothing fishy about that testimony at all. It appears there are no objections to the witness's current testimony. There are any number of ways to explain the lack of prints on the pistol, I assure you. Perhaps the killer really was wearing gloves, which wiped the previous user's prints off. Then, after the deed was done, this fell out of his pocket as he was throwing the gun away. A mistake befitting of a small-time punk, in my opinion. No. No! Seems we've come to the end of the line here. No. That can't be all. How unfortunate. It seems that you weren't cut out to stand on the same stage as me. Were you, Air Forehead? Believe this brings the cross-examination to a close. This court will now declare a verdict for the defendant, Walkie Kitaki. What the fuck? Trucy? Nobody move. What's the meaning of this? Who are you? There'll be no verdict in this court. Not yet. Wait. Are you one of the Kitakis? The Kitakis? You mean the notorious gangsters? You don't want to see me give the pretty little girl a new smile. Do as I say. Adjourn the court for 25 minutes. What? This court will not bow to pressure from the likes of you. Hey, Judge.
This guy, wow, I mean, shit really hit the fan. I see little point in further aggravating this gentleman.
Recess. 20 minutes. Or I promise you, you'll regret it.
Wait! How did he disappear so fast? Fucking Batman? Come to the defendant lobby, Apollo!
I suppose I have no choice but to adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Bailiff, catch that mysterious man. I'm on it, Judge. I'm on it, Judge.
It's the dude from Shrek.
Number 3, my lord. Number 3.
Alright. Bailiff and Judge Judy's more useful. June 16th, 11:17 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Jersey! Jersey!
You move quick, Apollo. Good show. Good show.
Trucy, you're okay. I thought. Don't cry, Apollo. Those good-for-nothing gangsters. There's some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. Wait, just calm down, Apollo. Or else. Hey! What the heck is that? Surprise! This is one of my best tricks, the amazing Mr. Hat. She fucking had the substitution no jutsu. Okay.
You look marvelous, darling.
He's a big hit on stage at the Wonder Bar.
Yes, I'm a big hit.
That was good. I did not see that coming. That was good. Well, what do you think? Do you like it?
You mean you, Trucy?
There are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. Apollo, now is not the time to be threatening me. Also, there are 2 police officers back there that just heard you threatening a 15-year-old. It's you who's being threatened here.
Huh?
Remember what you said to Waki's father yesterday? You promised you'd save his son. But that testimony was rock solid. What are you suggesting I do? Look, once the judge declares a verdict, it's all over. If I can use my talent to stop that from happening, I will.
Trucy, no more staged abductions. Please.
I'm not talking about magic, Apollo. I know when the witness isn't confident. I can perceive what he's feeling. I've got what they call a spidey sense. It might not mean anything, but it's all we've got.
Wait a minute. Time out. So, Trucy, I just want to point out, Trucy has essentially has psychic powers. Who's the last person we've seen with this type of ability? Because like I'm just saying. Either our boy Phoenix was getting laid real quick, and we didn't know at the beginning of the first game, or you're not actually his daughter, and this is dog shit. One of the two. Because there's only one family I know that has power like that, or in that realm. And if you're 15, Trucy, I'm very, very sus of your dad right now. Whether he did the deed or not, I'm very sus.
It might not mean anything, but it's all we've got.
You can see what he's feeling?
Think back, Apollo. Think back to the times when there was a contradiction in his testimony. All the times.
All the times there was a contradiction. I remember. Well, I think I remember them. Sure.
There were 2 times when he made statements he wasn't confident in. And each time, there was a contradiction.
God damn. Why? Why at 10:30? Your boy's got things to do before he goes to bed, but come on. It's too late for my allergies to be kicking in. Why? That's pretty good all day, too. I think it's just because I'm streaming.
Said the man tossed aside a pistol, but turned out he wasn't sure, and sure enough, there was a contradiction.
Well, that's true, but how's that help us?
Didn't you notice anything? Whenever he made a statement he wasn't confident in, he displayed a certain habit.
Oh, this is where we have to figure out their habits, like we did in the first case. I do like that this is a part of the game, because it makes me think of L.A. Noire, and when you had to, like, really zone in on them and see, like, their eye movement and figure out if they were lying or not.
In his head,
Whoops.
did you see it? The very moment he said the word pistol, his fingers got all tense and he fiddled with the corner of a page in his book.
How am I supposed to see that?
Well, I could see it. How else do you think Daddy went 7 years without losing a poker game?
What?
I always sat next to Daddy during big matches. I could see what his opponents were feeling.
I mean, that's how Mr. Wright won all those games.
It's not cheating officially. I wasn't looking at their hands or anything.
Bruh. Man, talking about poker before the new live-action Kakakiri show comes on. Man. Yes. I still have to finish the animated one. I haven't finished it. I did finish Devil May Cry, so now I can watch a bunch of other stuff now. She's technically right, it's not cheating, but it's close to counting cards, but not counting cards. So technically you're good. You're good, because you're only going over facial expressions, so you're doing it the right way. But, like,
I wasn't there all the time either. Daddy's quite good at poker after all, but not good enough to go undefeated that long.
Great, so he cheated, but what does that do for us? I don't believe this.
You have to listen to his testimony one more time. No, scratch that. You have to watch his testimony. Perceive the truth.
Watch a testimony? Perceive the truth? The only thing I'm perceiving is that I'm going to lose. Apollo, quit being so relatable. Quit being so relatable, man. One thing goes wrong and you're just like, I've lost. It's over. It's done. I'm a failure. Man, this is just me. Every time I make a video.
Not true.
And see, hey, guys, you're my trucy. You're the ones that keep me going. Even though you're not as positive as she is and you shit talk me constantly.
Daddy said so. He said you have the power, Apollo.
He's got the power. Mr. Wright said that? Watch the testimony. Perceive his true feelings. She serious?
Time's up. Sorry, I can't think of any other way out of this, Apollo.
I want to get something up for myself after the game's over. And also, I'm mainly checking in to see if the angels are up. No! Shit. Oh, never mind. No, let's see how bad the Angels are losing. No, it's only a one-run game. That's a bit surprising. That is a bit surprising. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Now we can get back. What was that she said before the trial started? Is this what he meant by us being fine? Well, methods aside, she did avoid one guilty verdict already today. Who would win the 2025 Rockies? 2024 White Sox? That's a great question. I don't know. I don't know if that... I think that game might go into, like, the 17th inning, 0-0. I mean, I thought the Angels were going to take the series for a second. Then, of course, you know, that inning happened. I didn't see the inning happen, but because I was watching the Battlehawks game. But I turned back and they were down 7-2, and I was like, well, fuck. Game's over. Oh, really? They compared them? And the White Sox were better in nearly every way? Wow. Well, there's our answer. Show this court what I'm made of. Get ready for justice. Let's do it.
Apollo! You know, I'm starting to think I can do this.
You know, I'm starting to think I can do this.
I knew you could do it all along. Oh, one more thing.
Fucking Mr. Hat.
Try to cover for Mr. Hat as best you can.
I just flew in from the coast and boy are my arms tired. Right. And I think that right there is probably the perfect spot for us to call it a stream. But we're not done yet. We're not done yet.
because we gotta do one thing. You guys know what time it is. It's the end of a Monday stream that was not a series game. So, we still got one more thing to do. Through 39 games in run differential. White Sox win them there. ERA, White Sox beat them there. Team war, White Sox. Dear Lord, this Colorado team is just horrid. Fuck. Let's see, where is the wheel? There we go. To the wheel! Okay, you can see there's a few different ones. I put control on there because I remembered we had control on there before. I also added DMC, Devil May Cry. And then I also put on there Digimon World / Digimon World 3 because I don't remember if Digimon World and Digimon World 2 are any good. I remember Digimon World being a little rough. 3 is the only good one. But you don't want Majora's Mask? So Jared not a fan of Majora's Mask. And Dash wants Persona 5. Good, good, good. And I know Jared wants Persona 5 badly. So. Oh, and Jan, we have Twilight Princess in the back. So, you know. Alright, so keep in mind, we've got movie night, we've got Nuzlocke Monday, Control DMC, Digimon World 3 / Digimon World, Bloodborne, Stream in the Bank, a writing stream, Majora's Mask, Schedule 1, Visual Novel Monday, Persona 5 Royal, Bioshock 2, Beyond Two Souls, Wrestling, Dragon Age and Sports. So, are you ready to spin the wheel and make a deal? Dash will be fully fine with Majora's Mask, obviously. I can get rid of that. I can get rid of that. Just getting rid of some things to make sure we're good. Alright. Final thing for the stream. What are we gonna get for next week? Will we start a new series is the real big question. Oh, no. Hey, new series is beginning. Bioshock 2 is your winner. So that means we begin Bioshock 2 next week, and we will keep going with Bioshock 2 until it's finished. So there we go. New series is a go now. It went right past Persona. But, hey, the positive, Bioshock 2 is now off the board. It just helped everything else. Just helped everything else. So that right there is the game plan for next week and the weeks onward. Bioshock 2 is what we will be doing. Let me get the music going here to take us out. Let's go. Let's go this one. Why not? I don't legitimately know much about Bioshock 2, and that's fine, Dash, if you're not going to be here. That's perfectly fine. That's fine if you want to take that day off, not worry about the stream. It's perfectly fine. Let's not worry about what I'm doing. But all I know about Bioshock 2 is it's the sequel to Bioshock 1. I don't remember fucking shit about it. Infinite, I remember some things. Bioshock 2, not so much. I also forgot about one other game that I want to put on the... I'm going to put something else on here. And if it happens to get land on, we may never play another game. Ever.
No, it's this one, I think, is the one that I have. So, yeah. There's now another game on there. If it lands on that, we may never play another game ever with how long it is. Just gonna point that out. No, it's not Honeypot. As much as you want it, Jaren, it's not. It's never gonna happen. You're never gonna get it. You will never get that game on stream, ever. Ever. I need to actually make sure that on here. Oh, that explains it. Chat's not even a thing on this layout. I've got to change that. And I'll worry about it later. With that, though, Asik, Jaren, Dusk, appreciate you guys for being here. If you're watching after the fact or we're just chilling in the chat, I appreciate you too, whether it's the YouTube or Twitch side of things. Schedule for the rest of the week. We got White Sox tomorrow with a pretty big off season. Because, one, it's a pretty interesting free agency pool. And two, we might be spending money, just not on other people's players. Got that. Streams only on YouTube. That would be only a YouTube streamed game. Yeah. But we're not playing Honeypot. That's not happening. No Honeypot. Not happening. I'm not going to give you that fan service. But we got White Sox tomorrow. Thursday, we'll be back in the courtroom for more Ace Attorney. And then Friday, we are back to the Nuzlocking. And I'm still going to be upset that they took Kenya from us, because I don't remember them ever taking Kenya. I remember them just taking the mail. I'm still upset about that. We got a Pokemon stolen from us. Terrible. We're going to take on Morty Friday. And we're going to beat Morty Friday. Yeah. With that, though, appreciate you guys. And I will see you next time.